listening to that
Going
backlog,
back to that would be hard.
Listening to the backlog has made me realize how much better we've gotten at this. Like, we're not good necessarily, but like that backlog, I think, was way worse than the more recent episodes.
Definitely.
I didn't listen to it. I don't even remember what was
me and
on
Jack are the only listeners of the podcast.
I know, it's really
I
sad.
don't fucking listen to this shit.
My sister stopped listening to it too, I think.
Nice.
If you are listening to this, Grace, tell me. But
Jack received a text message right now. What the fuck?
And my parents know of it and are just mad that it exists. And they're just like, so you're spending time on Saturdays not doing schoolwork? And I'm like,
Jack, your dad goes up to you, he's like, you're spending time on Saturdays not getting pussy? You fucking nerd.
Not slaying puss. That was their biggest problem. They're like, you could be smashing gash all Saturday, but instead you're hanging out with the boys doing a podcast.
Doing things that you enjoy, you fucking bitch.
Jack's dad sits him down, he's like, Jack, you didn't meet your pussy quota this month. What's going on, big guy?
I don't know. There's this distinct lack of poon. Your poon is down 73%.
You're 50% down on poon in the fourth quarter.
Poon status. I love talking business.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Buy low, sell high. The poon.
Sell at cost and buy.
So we just all became business majors. I don't know what we did.
I don't know I don't know why the fuck I didn't.
Yeah,
it would have been the easiest thing in the world.
I mean, scholarships mostly dictate where you go.
True.
Where you're just like, oh well, you know, this I can go to school for free with this shit.
I would not have been able to do what I wanted what I want to do now if I wanted to have the scholarship that I had.
Yeah.
If I went back and I was like, actually, I want to do this, they'd be like, well, you're not in. This is not what the scholarship's for.
Exactly. You got to spring it on them last minute.
Been podcast major.
Communications major.
Have you seen those
communications and media?
Yeah, I mean,
really good at podcasting.
You're probably making more money than anyone who wants to go into like broadcasting. Have you seen those they're graphs that have it's like what every kid wants to do in school, and like 75% of them are like YouTubers, and then 15% are Twitch streamers, and then it's like firefighters, teachers, whatever.
They like compare generations where it's like the most popular ones used to be like astronaut, and now it's like I want to be Logan Paul style YouTuber. I want to be a vlogger.
I
want to be the next ninja.
Yeah. That is the thing where I initially say it's like, wow, Logan Paul, like those guys, it's like a 1 in a million chance. Like but then I look at Logan Paul and I'm like, you know what? All those kids who thought they could probably be that, if they're lucky enough, they might get to that point, because it is a self-perpetuating like snowball where the moment that you start getting money, you show off that you have money, and then more people watch you have money.
People flock to you.
Yeah. It's ye olde rice gum.
That's why you got to go completely liquid. Get all your whatever your assets, get it in cash. Start flashing that shit around. Record a YouTube video of you doing that. Go viral.
That would be pretty good. You sell your home and then just hang outside of like
liquid, baby.
$1 million mansions, and you're like, "Sup, baby?" And like Tesla's on like parked on the side of the road, and you're like, "Come on, let's get a picture right next to it." It's
get
like,
right in there.
I need to get it for my YouTube thumbnail.
Have you guys seen they've started doing the boring tunnels, Elon's dumbass fucking boring tunnels where he drives a bus just through like a small tunnel, and that's supposed to be like the new public transport or whatever.
I mean, that's what a subway is, isn't
But there's no fucking like emergency exits or anything.
Well, you say that's what subway. That's the whole thing about like the fucking Tesla fucking transit shit. It's like it's just public transit but shittier. Like what was it called? The Hyperloop? Is that what it is? Like just a shittier subway. It's like
what is the Hyper?
He wants to make these tunnels underneath the ground that cars like get strapped into, and it's meant to help traffic flow. There's a guy who does a good breakdown of why it's like the worst idea as opposed to just like making a subway ever.
Yeah, I think, well, because Elon Musk inherently is, like, a smart guy, but you look at, like, a lot of his things, and some of it just seems like people will be like, we're not going to say no to you, because you have enough money that you can do this feasibly.
Yeah. I mean, he knows how to generate hype around what he wants to do.
And also, he knows how to get investors interested. I think that's the main difference, is, like, you can see a lot of fucking like startup boys who will just be like, "Woo, we're doing something really cool, guys! Get over here!" But then he's like, "No, here's how we'll be here's how we'll be like profitable in 3 years." And then it's like, "Woo, yay, that's awesome!" And then I mean, probably not. And I love how every business that I see Elon Musk do is always something where I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, and then everyone else that I know is like, that doesn't make any sense, but somehow it's popular.
Dude, the fucking crazy thing about Elon, he's like managed to convince people he's like an engineer.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean,
like,
he is like
scientist.
a good coder, and he is like an actual engineer, but he doesn't do any engineering.
He's not doing not in the ways that's relevant to what he's doing exactly. He just goes like, "Wouldn't it be cool if we did this?"
Yeah, he's an engineer in the same way that what's his face's cousin is an inventor. That one stand-up guy.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
He's
yeah,
like,
Tom
what if?
Segura.
Yeah, he's like, what if you had an app that drove your car? And he's like, Elon
Same
Musk.
way,
Is
yeah, like my parents will do that thing. Where like, why don't you just make this app? And this app would make billions. I'm like, what the fuck are you even an app that buys my groceries for me? What the fuck?
That would be good. I
Well,
mean, you could.
I
That
know
would
what
be
I
easy
want.
enough to do with like APIs. You could probably do something where
Like an algorithm that guesses what you want to buy.
Well,
and
no,
when.
you could put in like what you need every couple of weeks, and then there are a bunch of grocery services now, especially like on the
that
east and
just
west
shows
coast.
ideas
But
come
the
up with
thing
good
about
ideas
that
unintentionally.
is it feels like it's solving a problem that's doesn't really exist. You know?
Welcome to all app
Yeah.
development. Yeah,
But
honestly,
my dad had an idea for an app that he swears would be good. He's like, I just gotta find someone to make it. And it's like fucking. The idea is that you set it up so that when you die, this company takes over your stuff.
Why would that be an app?
And it like I don't know. He's never fully explained. Like I don't know if it's meant to pretend that you're still alive. It's like it'll like periodically like post stuff. It's like remember when I went on this vacation with my children.
I've never gone on a vacation
like-
since that
Like
vacation.
it'll post on Facebook like 2 years after the person died. His idea,
Oh,
and then it's just for the kids to be like, "Oh look, it's still alive."
How is
Sounds
that-
like a social security
And
scam.
I'm like, people would fucking hate that.
Wait.
And he brought it up when like remember when who's the
Kobe
comic
Bryant?
book guy?
oh, Stan Lee, because I
Stan Lee.
remember that's what
He
happened.
died, and yeah, they took over like Twitter, and like a dead Stan Lee was like, check out Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, no, it was Captain Marvel
Oh,
because
Captain
Captain
Marvel.
Marvel was premiering
And
on that
people were
weekend,
like,
and he's
what
like,
the fuck?
well, no, it was really bad because they set the tweet to go off at a certain time. So it was like
It was
Stan Lee
good.
died. He died around his family. He really believed it. And then the next
It
one
was
was
just
like
scheduled.
here on the Captain Marvel floor, like really excited for this intergalactic movie
So this
premiere.
thing that everyone thought was like bad taste and was upset at Marvel for doing.
Your
Like
dad
my
was
dad
like,
was like,
"That's
that's
a
something
great
that
idea."
people should do intentionally
real.
to console their family members.
That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, there'd be good shit posting
Yeah.
potential there, but I don't think that's what my dad has.
We
in
should
mind.
do that, but instead we hack all their. So we get like a Kobe, like instead of actually having Kobe Bryant's permission, we just hack his like Instagram, and then we just start posting stuff like us, like what's up.
I'm still alive. I'm still Kobe Bryant. I got
In blackface. Just like a week after the helicopter crash, it's us in blackface with a basketball.
I am Kobe
It's like,
Bryant.
"Sup, Kobe Bryant's still here, baby." Just like, what the fuck?
This is incredibly poor taste. I don't know why you've done this.
I was thinking like someone's like, I don't know, brother dies or husband dies, and they're like sad about it, and then like 4 years later on Facebook, like we just hack in as them. We're like, I'm fucking gay. And it's kind of like,
What the fuck?
Just like, no, but
and we're just like, that's hilarious. And they're like, why did you remind me of my life?
I think it would be really funny if. So you know how occasionally people will get hacked for like cryptocurrency scams or
Yeah.
just like pump and dump stuff where they'll be like, "Hey, get into this crypto. It's really big." Like Elon Musk will get hacked or something, and then he'll advertise that to all his followers.
Well,
and
there's like
yeah.
all of those like spam accounts on Twitter that are just say like Elon Musk and have whatever his PFP is, and then just like a link
yeah,
over everything, and everyone's like, "Why do you think?" They use Elon for this every time.
Yeah.
People who follow Elon are gonna click this fucking link and be like, oh my god, Elon!
I got 2 free bitcoins. Wow, it's I think the I think it would be really cool if with like Stan Lee, Kobe Bryant, like all those Hillary Clinton, all those celebrity deaths, you could after like 2 years after they die, you just start running the cryptocurrency scam on their page, and so
Stan
people.
Lee's asking me to buy Doge?
Wait, did you say Hillary Clinton? She's not dead.
She's dead.
What do you know, Jack?
I'm glad that joke. She said, I have information that will incriminate Hillary Clinton, and then she died the next day.
She said that to herself?
She posted that on Twitter, yeah.
Oh,
I'm glad someone got that joke. It just kind of went by, like everyone was just
I was sitting there thinking, like, I hope she didn't die recently, because otherwise I'm going to look like a fucking idiot.
Justice for Hillary. That was what was... Because Trump killed her in cold blood. He came in with a machete and then, like...
Hacked
I missed that.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
I wish that when Epstein went to jail, that there was, like, you know how when rappers go to jail, they're like, hashtag free TK.
Yeah.
It's like, hashtag free J. Epstein.
J. Epstein. What?
JF.
Honestly, I wish Jeffrey Epstein, we could unearth, like, his rap career. I wish he had, like, a secret rap career that we didn't know about.
Music.
That he was really into, like, hip-hop and stuff, and also...
he did
trafficking
a lot for
young
the
girls.
hip-hop scene before.
Yeah.
He was an idol manager. That's what it's
Yeah.
He just had
He really was. He
Fucking
was just an
idols.
idol manager.
I guess.
Idol managers are like a degree away
That was
from what Epstein
that was
did.
Ghislaine. She was the idol manager. He was just the owner of
Oh
it all.
yeah.
Just peace on.
I'd rather
Peace on
if I was a little
diligence.
girl, I'd rather get trafficked than become a pop idol in Japan.
Idol master game, but you're just doing rhythm games to the tune of trafficking girls
Yeah.
to Epstein's island.
As they're singing Snow Halation, but there's no
Yeah.
background music other than the dripping in their cages.
What?
Yes, precisely.
Dripping.
Is Snow Halation Idol Master?
No, that's Love
I
Live.
think
Love
so.
Live,
You
Yeah.
bitch.
I don't know any
I
I said
Master
Idol
songs,
Master.
Sorry.
Vampire Cune, whatever.
Oh yeah, that one's good.
Anybody watching the new seasonal stuff?
Fuck no.
No, you
I
know we
watched.
don't.
I killed. Or I've been farming slimes for 100 years, and now I'm super duper
That sounds
powerful.
Yeah, I watched that one
yeah,
too.
Funny.
It's nice and okay. It's
Yeah.
just about a girl who gets reincarnated, and then she just kills slimes for 300 years, and then she's like, "Wow, I'm the most powerful guy who's ever lived. Wow, level max." So yeah, I heard there's some really bad shit that's out right
what's
now.
the stuff that you watch? What did you watch?
What's the buzz?
I watched I shaved and then I picked up like
I
a
was gonna
runaway
read that
and
because
shit
I
like
was gonna
that.
jerk
And
off
like
to it, but I decided not to.
and like honestly, like it's not
No,
like
I'm
poorly
just-
done. It's like interesting. I
I
watched
mean, I'm
both
reading
episodes.
it. Yeah, I'm
right?
caught up with the manga.
I
but-
watched both episodes, but like just the premise and like
It's
some.
pretty gross.
It's just like this
The
guy
premise
is
is
like
gross.
such like a nice like I'm a nice
Yeah, the
guy.
idea is
Oh,
like
why
he
would-
takes in this high school girl, and then wow, by some miracle, he doesn't fuck her.
it's like the most like incel like
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
guy bullshit you can think of. But
Well, because I remember
I-
seeing part of the trailer. She was like, "How about you fuck me?"
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's like it's like the trope. It's like a trope in Japanese thing where it's like the outcast high school girl who just like goes from place to place, like old gross office guy's fucker, right?
Yeah.
It's,
to like
yeah,
stay.
it's called something.
that's
It's
a trope.
Like,
it's like
that's
it's
a
that
trope.
pronounced where it's
there's
Yeah.
like something
There's
that it's
enough
called where
doujins
you like
that
get
have it
paid.
as a
You get paid to like be
Yeah.
with older men.
Yeah,
Well, except
that-
for they don't get paid.
but
They just
this one's
Well, you get-
subverting it by
It's like
having her
the
not
sugar
get
daddy
fucked.
kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
thing.
It's taking a not wholesome concept, and they're trying to make it like, look, he's nice and takes care of her, tries to help her get a hold of her life again. That's the idea, and like she also teaches him
Gay
some
for
things.
pay.
I actually really like the not like so. I like a lot of
It's not
manga that's
great,
the.
but it's not awful.
Yeah, I like a lot of manga that's like the not wholesome concept, but then it
Excuse me.
turns out to be like, oh, this is pretty wholesome. Like there's that one way back in the day where, like 3 months ago, where it was about like
What?
like an elite level magician and then like her apprentice, and the apprentice is like, I'm gonna use this spell to mind control
Oh, I
you,
know.
and then she's like, I'm way too powerful for that, whatever, I'm just gonna pretend, and then the moment that he tries to do something weird, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of him, but all he does is just like, you work too hard, you should go to bed, like here, eat this, you never eat what I ask you to, you
Maybe
always...
I read it slightly different. I read one with a similar premise, but when she gets mind controlled, she's like, oh yeah, you totally mind controlled me. You could fuck me right now if you wanted, because she's horny for him.
Oh.
It's like, I didn't
But
tell
then-
you to say that.
But then...
You're not really mind
But then
controlled.
he's like, no, I don't want that. I just want you to get some sleep. Like you said, the premise
Yeah.
you said. But she's not like ready to fuck him up. She's ready to fuck him.
that's
good.
a good one. I enjoy
Really
like
It's...
subversively
Japanese
wholesome.
media is so ridiculously derivative. Like, people complain in the West, like, oh, our action movies are the same thing over and over. But, like, when you look at, like, the trends in manga. It's like this is literally it's like a super specific idea.
Read like every
repeated
manga
over and
comes
over
out.
with like almost no deviations from the formula.
Like the idea that isekai, people will be like, that's a subversive isekai because they want to like a techno world instead of like the generic fantasy.
Yeah, being a subversive isekai is like he was a rabbit at the start.
Well, now they've moved into like the completely like esoteric kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, like a spider.
He was a washer. He's a spider boy.
I read a good Korean isekai recently.
Is it the porn law that I talked about a while ago, where the guy goes and gets reincarnated and he's like disable, and then just fucks all the girls.
Disable.
This one's actually good, where it's like I like it because like the idea is like he gets summoned occasionally to the other world, and then they can send him back right away, and like his life in the real world is just fucking miserable. He's like this incel dude. And it's like the art's pretty good, and like I like the real world parts more. And then he goes to the world, he's like everything's cool here, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like refreshing to like be like, oh, we're not just gonna look at his life in the real world and say fucking go away forever. Yeah. It's a bunch of isekai do.
Watching the hero is overly cautious, and that's like kind of fun for a while.
Yeah, that's one of those ones. Gag manga, I fucking cannot stand gag manga. They get like one central idea and they do the joke, and then it's like I'm done with
doing the joke.
No,
sometimes they're good. Like,
Konosuba is
comedy. Anime and manga are fine. I'm talking about gag manga.
Oh, like singular
gag.
Like just
and that's
one
what they
thing.
do. Konosuba is good.
Yeah.
Grand Blue's good. There's many funny anime and manga that I like.
We're just talking about I'm talking about the hero's overly cautious, where the one joke is
it's the title and they do it.
But no,
because it's just one joke, right?
But have you seen
that's not funny. Yeah, it's funny once.
Stop.
But you can't
stop pretending. Stop pretending like you disagree with me when I when you acknowledge now that you agree with me.
You lumped in all gag anime as.
I think you're conflating gag anime and manga with comedy anime and manga, and I think that's
the difference. What?
Exactly. Well, I guess because like gag is more like 4 ass, like just shit where it's they have a joke and then they just explore all of the different like aspects of that joke. Where because actually
we're talking about the heroes over the cut, shit like that, where it's like here's the joke, we're gonna do it over and over.
I liked the Disastrous Life of Psyche K.
Yeah, that's a gag.
That's a gag.
I haven't read or seen that one.
It's him. He has psychic powers, and all it is that he wants to like have a normal life.
There's a lot of things you could do with that kind of thing, though, as opposed to like he's just a guy who doesn't want to.
Yeah, I mean that's a thing where like
which
he's
is why
the guy with psychic powers, and you can do multiple jokes from that. In my mind, a gag manga is there's a central joke.
No, that
doesn't
repeated. Make sense. Why?
But you say that doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
That's what happens. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about an anime called The Hero is Overly Cautious.
Yeah, I understand.
Where every episode the joke is that he's too cautious. That is what we're talking about. That is what I'm saying I don't like.
All gag
Bitch,
anime.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I've conveyed what I mean.
Yeah.
So you don't disagree with me.
No,
I don't. Shut the fuck up.
I'm starting to agree. I'm starting to more agree with Tage because I'm
all
starting to say like bad gag manga that take an overly restrictive premise, but gag manga in general is not.
Rules.
Well, yeah,
you can't lump in a. No, you can't.
Okay, what is name 3 that like adhere solely to the rule? Because all we've done is Hero is Overly Cautious.
Okay. To be honest, I don't watch many of these because they're bad.
Yeah, I start them and then I stop because I'm like, this sucks. I read like 2 chapters for Heroes Overly Cautious.
You know what we're talking about is what Phineas is saying.
Yeah, like come on, this is a thing. I don't know the names because they're forgettable and bad.
I'm gonna move my computer down.
Well, I mean, like there's just you've heard of what is that one? Gintama, right? That's a very famous gag.
Gintama is not a gag anime. That is a comedy.
What is like? What is the actual difference?
You know what the I'm saying the difference is. You know,
the gag is
I've been so incredibly clear with
there's separate bits, right? There's separate bits, and it's like it's not really related, right? I think comedy. What I understand it like comedy is
to
like,
me,
like a rom-com.
The difference
it's like
between like
there's a set like story that goes along, right? There's no like separate like mini episodes.
Why are you talking about rom-com? All right, I'll say one thing, then you finish, and then we're done with it. All right, okay. I'm saying the difference is that like a gag thing is like when the premise of the show is the whole joke, and it's just going off that one joke the whole time. A comedy is when the like Gintama, there's no premise that is like the central joke. It's just there's a bunch of characters that all have their own characteristics, and they can be funny in the show.
No, gags are like there's like separate.
I know what
shticks.
a gag is, bitch.
Yeah, separate shticks, and that's a gag. That's a gag
anime,
right?
Comedy anime and manga have gags. Anime and manga have a gag.
Yeah,
and they go off of that.
And then they.
Bullshit, there's one.
This came off a show that is that. You can't deny it exists.
The joke is that, like, okay, there's this guy who's overly
And if you
cautious.
disagree with my terminology, fine. But you know what I'm describing.
It's a question on terminology.
Okay, but can I say something about the hero's overly cautious?
Yes.
That show fucking shits itself so hard at the very end. And spoilers for this show, the entire thing is that for about 11 episodes, up till the end, it's a joke manga. So it's like, oh, here, this guy's overly cautious, so he goes in, he's always going to be a little bit overly cautious. And then at the very end, they're like, just kidding. The reason he's overly cautious is because he had this horribly tragic backstory where his memory was erased, and now, like, he has to be overly cautious, or else he's scared that all his party members will die. And then they, like, try to make it a very serious, like, sad story after that, and then it's just like, oh no, he's gonna die, and then the hero dies, and then, like, everyone's really sad, and, like, there's no jokes in the last episode. It's all just about, like, no, just kidding, you were laughing at him the whole time, but really, it's important.
Really? This is mental illness we're witnessing.
Yeah, really, he's autistic, and he can't help but do it.
Yeah, have you guys finished it?
Nah.
Yeah. Like, the last one is supposed to be like a twist, where it's like, there's actually.
I wasn't gonna keep watching it.
I think it's pretty cool. It wasn't like the best, but like it's.
That's cool if you like it. I'm just saying I'm not gonna keep watching it.
I had fun.
It's a fun little.
I just saw like somebody in this Discord I was in made like a Doom guy edit of like the last scene where they talk about him and like. I don't know. It's fucking hard to explain, but I thought the edit was funny, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch this.
Yeah.
But,
that sounds quite humorous.
Yeah. Thank you for fucking affirming my beliefs.
Your beliefs.
Anyways, I'm gonna move on to a topic
Jackson's
that I've written down.
axiomatic values.
Affirming what I consider to be.
If you didn't, my entire lifestyle would crumble around me.
Yeah. This is the basis of my worldview.
So, anyways, moving on to a completely different topic. You guys see that they're using that fucking Boston Dynamics dog in, like, police, like, training?
Oh, yeah, no, I saw that.
They're, like, walking it around, like, New York and shit, and, like, using it like a police dog or whatever.
I mean,
Boston
that's
Dynamics
smart from
dog.
a police perspective.
You know that dog that's, like, has, it's like a robot with, like, a central body and 4 legs. They, like, push it around, it can, like, balance itself.
Oh, yeah, and it can walk up, like, really precarious, like, things, so you can get it up a mountain of rocks and it'll still be able to find its way.
If I see one of those fucking things, I think I will try and kill it.
I would try to
and do as much damage as I can to its cameras.
Have you seen the one...
Before it kills me with its fucking laser beam.
Have you seen
there was
the video of, like, it's some mall in, like, some Asian country, and there's, like, a robot going around, and all the, like, bunch of small, like, Korean kids, like, come surrounding, and they're just bullying.
That's all you should do to robots. That's all robots deserve, to be honest.
Have you seen the one... So there was a what's it called? There's, like, this one hitchhiker robot that went around the world. So it went to, like, Europe, it went to Canada, and it went to, like, I think maybe Japan or something, and it made it across all of those just fine. Like, it was a beautiful thing. It went to the United States, it got to New York, and then it went to Philadelphia. And the first guy who saw it in Philadelphia took a fucking baseball bat and beat the shit out of it to the point that it was, like, unrecognizable. And everyone was like, oh, that's so sad. And I'm like, no, he had the right idea.
No,
I saw, like...
That is all those robots fucking deserve.
Yeah, exactly. I just, I don't know. Like, I think it was...
This is not a lesson in human kindness, this is a lesson in how we should treat robots.
Yeah, no, the moment that someone's like, no, dude, this is a real, like, we can't turn it off, it's a robot. It's like, it has
it literally was made of fucking trash.
It was, but it's still, I just think it's really funny that, like, the only people sane enough to do that were the Phillies.
Sane enough, yeah.
Because everyone else is
just...
just...
anyone with any sense in this world.
I'm sure the fucking Eagles or whatever just lost a game.
Yeah, I mean, he's just taking it out on whatever looked like a human. I think he has common sense. If anybody came to me and was like, hey, no, actually, we should be taking this piece of garbage off, and you should, like, try to get it to the next location it specifies. I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
There is I don't know if you'd call it irony, but there is something poetic about designing a robot just to be a total freeloader. It's not even doing anything. It's getting help from others. That's why it exists.
And that's why Canada was so cool with it. They're like, it's like our healthcare.
The only robot I want to see.
Designed a robot that can go on welfare.
It's legally allowed to be on.
We've designed a robot that can go on welfare and also, like, he doesn't actually smoke anything, but he gives a bunch of people secondhand smoke wherever he is.
It gets disability checks because it's a robot.
Yeah.
No, it's disability checks because someone in Philly tried to put a stop to this man.
He broke his fucking
fucked it up.
Yeah, the robot goes into the hospital, but because it's in the U.S., he has insane hospital bills to pay, and then the GoFundMe people are like, "Don't worry, we'll pay your hospital bills, robot."
Little robot man. Yeah, the only robots they should make are sex bots.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And women really don't want those.
Right
Have
there.
you seen all those articles that were like they polled like a sizable sample size on like of women and men on like questions about sex bots, and there was like it was like 80% of men want a sex bot in their house, and it was like 62% of men think their partner would be okay with them having a sex bot in their house, and then it was like. But then it was something insane. Like 90% of women think this technology should be outlawed. It's like, and 70, like, and like 99% of them would not be okay with a partner interacting with the sex bot in any way.
So I just watched what the fuck, Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
Good movie, but like the main character or whatever, he has the AI girlfriend. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's like a hologram AI girlfriend.
Yeah, just like Joy or whatever.
Yeah, Joy. That's what I fucking want, man. Want to have this bitch listens to anything I say.
Not even come, just be nice to me all day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just
wow.
I don't even get to touch her.
Visually, this is what
I don't get to touch her.
humanity.
She just says nice things to me. She pretends to make me dinner when I just eat fucking ramen noodles.
What's the one
And then
show?
I turn her off so it can beat off without shame.
Yeah, just turn her around. She's like, "What are you doing?"
Turn around right now. It's like, I have to listen to you, but I'm confused. Don't look!
Turn your sensors off. Your holocam. Put it away.
That's well.
Hello,
in the future.
hearing deactivated.
in the future, so. Like, it's gonna be way harder to rob people, right? Because all of the sensors will be up and all of their AI sex bots will have all of their sensors online, so the only time you can rob them is when you're trying to masturbate, and the guy's like, turn all your sensors up! Turn all the auditory and visual sensors up, and then you can go and steal all their shit while their pants are down, literally, and then you can get out, and then they're just like, I'm sorry, while you were doing this, someone made it out with $300,000 of merchandise.
That's not what my AI girlfriend sounds like. She doesn't sound like that.
No, she's gonna sound like Miku. She's gonna
the scene like from Blade Runner where he makes her overlap with like a prostitute.
Yeah, that's.
But it's still
so
just
weird.
him making her turn around and beat off.
Yeah, I brought a real bitch here just
like,
to beat off.
I want a real woman to be uncomfortable while they don't watch me masturbate behind them.
I put your hologram over her hologram so I can pretend like I'm beating off while you're not watching.
And then women in that universe get holograms to stand behind them and beat off. They're like, this just feels where I belong somehow.
This is the moment that humanity. This is the moment we should just
This is how
nuke
culture
everything.
has shifted in the future.
Yeah.
It's just sexual encounters have all just become beating off behind a woman.
Sex bots.
I think a great purge would have to happen at that point. I think we just need to nuke everything and then start over.
Well, that's what the sex bots help with. You know, they're gonna really reduce our population growth.
Yeah, it's true. All the people who would want to do that, I don't want procreating.
What do you
So
call,
that is.
what do you call like the?
Well, they wouldn't
clouds,
procreate
like-
anyways, but this will help everyone not procreate.
Oh yeah, it's no
Were
more
the trails
humanity.
chemtrails? It was chemtrails with Louis C.K.'s genes, and that's why everyone now just wants to beat off with women in their
Everyone got turned.
that's what the
that's
vaccine
our
was.
dystopic.
As a-
that's
Turns
what
out,
the COVID vaccine
because
is.
the thing is, Louis C.K., he ran out of money because no one's gonna do comedy shows with him anymore, and like so he's like, I guess I've got to do all these COVID tests to like get money, so I got to do these like Pfizer tests to like test the new vaccine because they pay pretty well.
Yeah.
But the problem is that his DNA got mixed into the vaccine, so now everyone likes nihilistic humor and beating off in front of women.
That's what the CK stands for. COVID King.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Cop King.
Come
King
as well.
Come.
The
Come double come Louis.
Yeah, speaking of VTuber.
ジャック&ジャクソン VTuber コーナー
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
How much have you super chatted to Calliope Mori this last month?
Nothing at all. I deactivated all my not subscriptions, but like memberships to all the VTubers because I was like, this is like $15 that I can't get back, so I just deactivated all of them.
You're riding high in stimulus, and then you're like, this isn't something I can do.
Exactly. No, and also they wouldn't say my username if I ever super chatted. I never got a single one of them to say, so I super chatted like twice.
I'm sure they wouldn't say acronyms out of fear of what they mean.
OTPHJ _LLC.
Yeah.
That probably wasn't gonna fly. But her new album is like, I love the art on it. Red is pretty really okay.
Good. I like Red.
Red's pretty good.
Red's
but like,
probably my favorite.
Yeah, everything else I'm just like kind of lukewarm on.
Yeah,
like,
not like it's not really like the kind of style I like from her, but
yeah, exactly. I think because like she's a really good lyricist. And she's like a pretty good singer, but she's not like an amazing singer. But she's falling back a lot on that one for this album, which definitely feels more in line with a lot of the other Hololive stuff because she's like a rapper as opposed to a singer.
A bit more idol-like. Yeah. Like, go back to like the hardcore
Exactly.
stuff.
Go back to like rapping.
Where I say the F word.
And I want Demon Dice to, because she keeps teasing that she has something in the works, so I'm excited to see what that comes. Because I'm excited to see when you have like, because instead of having like Demon Dice will put out like a nice song and then a sad song, she's just gonna put out angry shit, because like Calliope's where all like the nice, wholesome songs are gonna go.
I mean, those songs aren't even that nice or wholesome, like on the real meaning. So
yeah, no, I enjoy them though. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah,
I
think so. Yeah,
really heavily invested in this.
Mm-hmm.
All the Hololive Indonesia first gen girls are getting 3D models.
They are. It's very exciting. It's gonna be really cool.
Are you guys still following this?
I mean, yeah.
No.
They just faked it just now. Get fucking pranked.
We could have just said nonsense for the past like 5 minutes, and you guys would not have known the difference.
Yeah.
Yep.
And thus concludes Jack and Jackson's
VTuber
corner.
It's beautiful.
Fucking racist.
Yeah, no, I just put it into. I put it in Hatsune Miku is actually the Vocaloid software. It costs a shit ton of money.
We're talking about Miku.
We're transitioning to Hatsune Miku.
There's like an anime.
She's a Vocaloid, not a VTuber.
Vocaloid.
Really?
Yeah, it's on Funimation.
Okay.
It's by Wit Studio. Like
what the fuck? Interesting.
Wasn't Makaku City Actors
it's like
about Vocaloid?
Yeah, it was.
Kind of. It was like a story using Vocaloids. There's like a bunch of songs with Vocaloids that told a story, and then they adapted the story as an anime. But they didn't use really good music. They made it like real songs. The songs were good. The anime fucking sucked.
What the fuck's the anime
called?
called?
Makaku City. Oh, this one.
Humanoid AI acts as a cast for these.
What's it called?
Vivi Fluorite's Eyes Song.
Sounds
awful.
Stupid.
What the fuck?
But
Japanese people fucking suck at naming shit.
They really do. You know what kind of gets me mad when like Japanese bands will put like English in their songs? Like I like songs that have English in them sometimes.
Yeah, that's my
they
language.
Sound good, but at the same
Your
time,
filthy Nihon
I feel like they use it as a
language.
crutch too much to like make things sound cool. Like,
yeah.
Because like a lot of the times the
when
English
I'm
won't make
listening to
sense.
Japanese music, I'm doing it because I don't want to know how cringy these lyrics
Yeah,
are.
exactly. And the Japanese...
Because if it's on some shonen anime, you know the lyrics fucking suck.
They're
they're
awful. No, and that's why every like dubbed anime song or whatever is always so hard to listen to, because people like fan dub a lot of stuff, and I'm like, oh wow, the beat's really good, they're a really good singer. These lyrics are terrible, and I know they're just a direct translation.
You're talking about Lee and Lee?
All of them, yeah.
believe it.
Naruto.
That was just an original song.
No, that was the original. That was opening number 1 for Naruto.
That's just the original
Ninja
fucking
Plan.
song.
I think that's the
Understand.
direct translation of the original Naruto opening.
Yeah, Naruto, I'm on my way. Naruto, it'll be okay. Sasuke is really cool.
I just feel
Sakura, the beautiful. Naruto. It's the German Naruto opening. It's fucking sick.
Naruto, Naruto, believe it, believe it.
Here I am with my ninja clan. Ninja clan, here we stand. Naruto, I'm on my way. Naruto, I'll be okay. Getting ready to fight on sight. Got my best friends by my side. Sasuke, he's really cool. Sakura, the beautiful.
Which is in English for some reason. They're like, let's make our own opening, but still not do it in our language.
Yeah, well, they knew. They were just like, the abstraction is what makes it palatable.
Yeah, everyone's subservient to English. It is the god master language.
Yeah.
I just feel like some like lyricists use it as a crutch for like their music writing. I'm like, just write something in Japanese. Like,
I don't know.
Make something sound cool in Japanese rather than fucking English. You don't hear that. You don't hear that in like English songs a lot of the time, where like they'll just like throw in a foreign language real quick.
Dogo arigato.
Yeah, that's because that's only because
Yeah,
of
exactly.
PC culture though. It's only because of PC culture.
Mina Psycho Arigato Kawaii.
That's very
Come on.
explicitly not.
Japan loves Avril Lavigne though.
Just because of
she
that one
was-
song.
I do.
I mean, it might have been before or after, but she sung the ending songs for the One Piece movie, Film Z. So
Is she an actual weeb? Like, does she enjoy it?
yeah, she does
obviously,
it. I think.
obviously, Tej.
I don't know.
Yeah,
She might just
wouldn't
do it for the
these
money.
things.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the money's
That'd be a
good,
hard
the
thing to
money's
fall
good.
into for the money. I feel like the money is not
Hell
there.
The
yeah.
KDA people. So there's a band called KDA.
That's the League of Legends.
Yeah, it's the
right?
League of Legends pop idol thing, and it's so funny to see the people who are clearly like ashamed at the fact that they're doing it, and then there's some that are like, oh wow, this is so cool, I love League of Legends and anime, and then there's some of them that are just like, they'll put one thing on their Twitter that's like, new song is out, and then they won't mention it whatsoever. I think like Madison Beer is the one that will like try to dissuade anyone from being like, oh yeah, you're the KDA person. She's like, no, my other music's right here. Please. I did it for a paycheck.
Being known for like a League of Legends band.
That'd be pretty embarrassing.
Except unless you're like fucking Ultra Kill. Those guys are cool. They make good music.
There's still, like, the moment that I realized how bad, because I mean, I don't play League of Legends, I don't really interact with that a whole lot, but when KDA came out, I really liked the song, so I saw a shit ton of stuff on it, for, like, on Twitter, and there was this one, like, girl commentator who was like, I did the KDA dance for the first part, and she's like, it's a little rough, but I tried to do the KDA dance, and so she was like, doing it and whatever, and the first comment that had by far the most amount of likes was like, yeah, this is a little rough, not gonna lie. It was like, it's like, so this is just what people do in
That's
League
a
of
part of
Legends?
why I like Twitter as well.
No, I hate it.
'Cause people will just shit on you for no reason.
Yeah,
They're like,
exactly.
oh, you made the mistake of posting something you enjoy on Twitter.com.
You made the mistake of comparing Rise of the Last Dragon to fucking Avatar The Last Airbender.
Oh, is that Lindsay Ellis?
Yeah, the whole
I
thing.
wasn't listening,
Yeah.
I just now got the content. I watched her video on that.
Oh yeah, that was pretty
Your
good.
response,
That was
dude.
pretty funny.
Who the fuck is that bitch?
Lindsay Ellis, she was
She
the
used to be the
nostalgia
nostalgia
chick.
chick, and now she makes
Yeah.
legit good videos
Yeah.
about like media
Who's nostalgia
analysis.
chick?
The female
Nostalgia
counterpart of the
critic.
Nostalgia Critic
God damn it,
from
Tej.
Channel Awesome.
Yeah.
How
Keep
you
up with the lore.
Tej, we were called the Brown Bricks.
Yeah.
We're in this. It's all from the same circle of just autistic early YouTube. Where it's like, oh, if you have any ability to edit at all, you are now like a top tier YouTuber.
Yeah, if you understand what a premiere is, then you're good. Fucking we were a step away from being called the Bat Credit Card Podcast. I'm sure that was in the works.
Credit Card.
Is that a reference?
Is that a
to
nostalgia critic joke?
That's a nostalgia critic joke. You guys don't know about the Bat Credit Card?
I know.
I thought you said bad.
I know.
He has a Bat.
I know now.
He has a Bat credit card, guys. Really?
Really?
Are you looking up Nostalgia Chick? What are you doing? No, look up Nostalgia Chick.
Yeah. So he made.
No.
They made their own Moulin Rouge with Brental floss. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we should watch. The Wall.
We should. Oh no! I like that. Oh, we actually should watch that,
No,
we should watch Suburban Nights.
We should
We should watch every Channel Awesome movie because I think there's a lot.
To Boldly Flee is 5 hours and impossible to watch.
Let's watch To Boldly Flee.
That one sucks.
No.
Guys, season 2 of the Brown Bricks podcast will just us be watching every Channel Awesome movie.
Yep. No.
Sharing our reaction.
Anyways, the nostalgia.
Just live commentary on it.
So the nostalgia chick, which is what she likes to be referred to as. She still likes that.
That's sarcastic. She does.
No, because Channel Awesome did some like whack shit the entire time.
They did a lot of rapes.
No,
rapes.
A lot of almost.
A lot
rapes.
of rapes.
No, they were just assholes.
This is not libel or slander. They did that.
Don't say that. That is liable. No, that's slander. That's not libel.
I'm gonna write it down right now. I'm writing it down. They did a lot of rapes at Channel Awesome. Now it's libel.
It's not libel or slander if you begin it by saying this isn't libel or slander.
It is true.
Allegedly.
No, I'm not saying allegedly. They did it.
I'm saying that I know 100% for sure Doug Walker has raped
5 or
more
10 or
living
300
creatures than any other person alive. I'm saying Doug Walker was in fucking Ghislaine's book. He was on Epstein's Island. He was fucking those kids.
He took 3 trips a day there.
Oh my god, dude! I wish like one of Doug Walker's characters that he brought on, where he's like Mr. Evil Reviewer Coon, like he's coming in, but he was played by like Jeffrey Epstein because he was his friend.
Jeffrey Epstein is Dark Doug.
Yeah,
Dark Critic.
Yeah, he's like, it's me, the Dark Critic. Now we will do anime battles
on movies, but he fucks a kid after, and that's what makes him
this
dark.
This movie's making me so angry that I want to fuck this kid.
Yeah.
Woo! It was his Scooby-Doo review is really weird.
Daphne would love to take a ride on the plane.
And Ghislaine is dark nostalgia chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be but anyways,
yes.
Lindsay Ellis mentioned something about like the stupid Pixar dragon movie that came out recently, and she's like, "We need to."
What was that?
It was like this weird
a Disney Plus one.
Yeah.
Like Kaya and the Dragon.
Raya and the Last Dragon, and she was like, "We need something that's like." We need something to describe something that is like Avatar: The Last Airbender, or like trying to be Avatar: The Last Airbender.
She's like, we should come up with a term to describe young adult fiction that is basically just a redux of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And people were like,
why is that cringe?
That idea is cringe.
Oh, wait. Oh, just
well, she was joking.
Is, yeah.
She's just ripping on that movie for
because
saying
it was
it and other shit just rips off Avatar, and then people were like, "Oh, you shouldn't hate on something that's our first representation of like Southeast Asian culture in a long time." And then people were calling her racist and shit.
Not Filipino.
Which like it's ridiculous.
Southeast Asian.
Southeast Asian? Well, I mean, I don't think it was like Filipino.
I'm gonna sit this conversation out as to not look ignorant.
I saw something on Twitter or whatever. I don't fucking know.
I think
they're always right.
But anyways, people were upset about that, and then I don't know. And then she made a video about it. Like, all right, look, I'm not like you. There's plenty of valid criticisms of me, but to say that I'm racist for this is silly.
Yeah.
And she also made a good point. One of my favorite points from the video was she was like, people will just say like, oh, listen to people of color, which is like, I am. Which ones do you want me to listen to?
Yeah.
They're not a monolith. You know, don't just say that and mean like, oh, you want me to listen to the loudest, most angriest one.
I remember because we were talking about the one thing where Joe Biden said, if you're not voting for me, you're not black. And I just remember Wyatt turning to me and being like, well, he's kind of right. And I'm like, oh no. Because that's always what I hate about it, is that there's just this sense of like, listen, if you're not, like, there is like one identity that you should prescribe to, and if you're not, you're brainwashed by the other white people. It's like,
well, if you're not a white nationalist,
if you were a black
really
person and voting for Trump, I don't think you're not black. I just think you're bad and stupid.
Yes.
Exactly. You can think that. I just think it's really funny that it's like, well,
yep, let's all crack another fucking beer. Attack on Titan ended.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty...
The ending...
Don't talk about the fucking manga.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna binge it. Don't talk
about it. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I heard it was not
stop.
great.
No, it's
I heard that.
divisive
I'm fine.
for sure.
I'm fine with it. You're fine hearing that people think it's bad.
No.
It's gonna influence my opinion.
Yeah.
I think I'm very easily influenced by other people's opinions.
I think it's probably going to...
You'll like it or not.
Age a lot better than it is right now, because I think the chapter itself...
They'll hear
could
that
never
from us
live up.
later.
Okay, let's untangle
Jack,
this.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, the chapter itself could probably never live up to the hype that people had surrounding it, and like the month before, people were like, last chapter of Attack on Titan, everyone was... God fucking damn.
Stop.
And everyone was just freaking out. They were like, it's going to be the most amazing thing ever. So like, obviously... I think it was going to let down some people. There are some questionable things. I think it was poorly paced, but overall, I think that it's not like a Game of Thrones ending where they like fucked it all up. I think the last chapter just kind of stumbled a little bit.
I think there was a lot of neat stuff, a lot of slick stuff, a lot of cool stuff.
I think it was very like weirdly rushed for like 50 pages.
Weirdly rushed.
Yeah.
I will agree. But you said something about like it not like changing the message of like, oh, genocide is bad. I thought it did that fine. Like how everything came together.
It'd be pretty impressive if it managed to pull off a message of like, there's some silver linings to
genocide was good.
That'd be pretty fucking wild.
Yeah, I guess
actually in a sense. The genocide should have happened, but in a different sense.
Now you just said that their plan doesn't work.
You don't know what I said. You don't understand what I said at all.
Yeah, you don't know.
No,
bitch.
you said
all he knows about the rumbling.
Bitch, you don't know.
You don't fucking know.
Bitch, you don't know.
I fucking watched the show.
Bitch, you don't know.
Don't alright, stop talking about this.
We're done. Anyways, regardless, me and Jackson unequivocally loved every part of it.
I love genocide,
and
I love not genocide. I love both of those things together.
I love both genociding and not genociding, yeah.
What if there was a guy who, he joined the Nazi party just because he was a really chill dude? He was like, you know what? I'm just going with the flow. Yeah, I'm just going with the flow.
He pulls up to the Reichstag and is like, hey, you guys having a party here? What's going on?
I got some beers in the trunk.
You guys are called the Nazi party? I love parties, bro. I love parties, dude.
He's just a chill dude. He's so chill, in fact, that he's like, you know what, genocide, not genocide?
Like a Nazi party.
Because a Nazi party never stops. Oh.
Hell yeah. Back to Nazis.
Yeah. Always back to Nazis. Or racism or some bullshit. That's the fucking heat death of the universe of conversation topics.
Okay, I have a different grievance.
Inevitable.
Kind of associated with Attack on Titan, but I'm not going to talk about Attack on Titan related to it. But like people who like to consume or like get upset that media has a message. People who are like, I just fucking like to watch this because it's cool and actiony. I'm like...
People mostly do that with, like, video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, why are you getting mad that it has a message as opposed to just enjoying whatever it is? Why are you like, stop fucking talking about this like it means something? You're like,
well, most of the time it's because it's, like, I guess, counter to, like, what they
believe. Yeah.
And so having something that they liked before say, like, actually, here's what I think. And, like... The weird thing is that people's view of media is it either has to be perfect, the best thing that's ever existed, or it has to be the worst thing that's ever existed and horrible.
Trash.
Well, that's just like social media, right? Like,
yeah.
There needs to be some consensus, or else it's just gonna fade into obscurity, right?
Yeah.
So that's either gonna be positive or negative with no.
And it's like, you can't just be like, well, there are parts of it that I like, and there are parts of it that I don't. It either has to be, like, the best thing in the world, or it has to be the worst thing that's ever happened to humanity. So the idea of, Oh, there's
Email
this
us
message.
at brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com thinking which one of those do you think we are?
And you know the right answer.
I certainly do.
Yeah, we should get Doug
I
Walker.
don't know what we've contributed to humanity.
Contributed? Do you think this podcast has contributed to humanity?
That's the thing. I don't know what we've contributed to humanity.
I want one of you guys to write in and be like, actually, you saved my life. I was on the edge of a
I would
building.
tell you to kill you.
Oh, by the way, I'm just done fucking posting the podcast on the subreddit until at least one person comments on anything.
Yeah,
So if you're listening to this, you're like, why isn't there any more episodes on the Reddit? Just comment somewhere. If it's not someone I know, then I'll start again.
Yeah, I don't know. We need a bot called Inspector
What were you
Gadget.
saying? You're saying something, though.
Was I? Yeah, no. Media being totally binary means that if you have a message that is something that either challenges you or doesn't quite agree with you, if it's not a complete state of, like, elation and you're, like, trying to think about it, people are like, what the fuck? I wasn't expecting to, like, have to unpack feelings.
To think about this kind of bullshit.
I thought I was just gonna have a boner the entire time. That was my goal. It's like, no, maybe sometimes there's, like, nuance to things. And people don't like nuance.
A little bit of baby nuance for you.
Yeah, it's like those people who are like, well, there are Nazis in Attack on Titan, so therefore it's a Nazi propaganda show. It's like, yep, that's what's going on. I'm glad you figured it out.
None of these characters ever learn from their backgrounds or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's not using, like, shorthand to be like, here's bad things that are happening. Like,
you should as a culture, can we just acknowledge that the Nazis did look pretty cool?
No, that is not something that has ever been debated.
It's not my style, honestly.
Not by white guys like us.
Not by cool, very hip with the fashion scene white guys.
The Nazis had some style, and I just want that to be acknowledged. And Japan fucking knows that more than anyone.
Oh yeah, they love it, dude. The aesthetic of Nazis is strong. Akatsuki Blitzcamp would not be the game it is if it wasn't for all the Nazis running around punching
we
each
all
other.
know.
It's a fighting game that has a lot of Nazis.
Yeah, that's the point. It's
is
like,
Hitler one of the fighters?
No.
Is there a close analog to Hitler?
There's a tank, though. There's a tank.
Yeah, you can fight as a tank with a skull on it.
That's cool.
It is pretty neato. But, who the fuck was it? It was the one famous, clothes designer.
Armani.
Armani, yeah. Giorgio Armani.
Yeah, did he do it?
Yeah, he did a lot of their,
he designed a lot of their
uniform designs. They're pretty slick. Yeah, I wish we could. I guess I'm not for the military in any way, but wearing militaristic clothes as like casual clothes,
that would lose its significance.
Yeah, exactly. The point of
it would
why military clothes are cool is that like it implies some sort of like
power.
I don't know. Yeah, some sort of. Authority.
At least like old militaristic clothes now as cool militaristic or like style.
I mean, you should just go to cons again. You just miss cons. You just miss dressing
up.
I miss dressing up.
You miss cosplay.
Wow. Is this what's gonna happen to everyone where like there aren't enough cons that are happening, so eventually everyone just becomes Nazi? Like they're the only ones going and like dressing up now.
Everyone's dressing up as Nazis.
Communities that still exist during quarantine that's most supportive of dressing up as something
cool and like out there.
Yeah, that's why everyone's going
all
like
the
a Nazi or a drag queen.
Yeah,
all the furries go to between. All the furries go to like the Q rallies in their fursuits or whatever, just like wearing American flag capes. Or whatever.
There is a weird thing where a lot of people who are into anime, and a lot of people who are furries, are also Nazis, and maybe it's that dressing up connection.
I think that might be it. I think because a lot of them are also like 14, so they probably don't understand kind of significance. So they're just like, look at those kind of stylish boys. Cool, I don't know. I honestly never really liked the Nazi aesthetic. Sorry to burst your bubble. It's always just been like, because again, my aesthetic is very. If they were wearing like pink and cute pastels, I think that would be really cool. Instead, they're wearing like all dark and it's like gritty and it's kind of like metal sleek.
I like a lot of like the tan clothing, that kind of look, like kind of like desert tan style, like Erwin Rommel.
Like the
Rommel
concentration camp uniforms.
No.
At least they were looking fly.
No. I'm talking about the desert campaign where people were respecting each other in war.
Yeah, that was...
There was no Nazi shit going on.
want to get an authentic concentration camp striped shirt. I think that'd be
boy in the striped pajamas.
I don't want the bottoms. I just think the shirt.
Has
I think that'd be
gone
pretty
to
I
a
feel like I
con
could pull off
doing
that shirt.
Yeah, I think it would be really funny if there was a fashion designer who came out and he's like, "This is my new line," and it's all like off color, like Nazi stuff, and also
and
concentration.
The line's called "Man in the Striped Pajamas." Because there's some sex appeal.
Oh yeah, no, it's a little bit slutty. Like there's a little like
he's grown up. The boy is
and it's
grown
like
up.
a tied thing
as opposed to dying in the concentration
That boy
camp,
in the
he
striped
grew up.
pajamas you knew is now.
Oh yeah, and it's like, you know, those like really short jean shorts or whatever that like girls will wear during the summer. It's like that, but with the striped pajamas.
I love the plot of Boy in the Striped Pajamas. It's so funny if you were like a Nazi officer and your son got gassed with his little Jew friend. You're like, no, what the fuck? How did this happen? I let him play against the fence.
What was I thinking? That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's just the plot of the movies. His stupid fucking son.
Yeah, we need.
gassed.
We need Boy in the Striped.
He snuck in.
He snuck
through, like,
in
a fence,
to hang
right?
out with his friend. Yeah.
If he snuck in, then why didn't you sneak the guy out?
Why don't you just sneak right back out?
Yeah.
No, why? No, why?
No,
did you
actually, that's a good point. I don't fucking remember the plot.
No, well, no, it's because he's like, my family's here and they won't be able to get out. But I want to like go see. It's like, do you want to come see my
You
family?
Come take a group shower with us?
Yeah, with the boys. Like, honestly, on its head, like, if somebody was like, hey, listen, you want to take a group shower with me? I wouldn't do that under most, unless it was all women who were very attractive.
What? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Did he like that? Nice.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me you wouldn't take a
Don't
group.
tell me you wouldn't take a group shower with attractive women. What are you, gay?
You fucking queen.
No, I'm saying it would be
We're all secure here.
Very secure in our sexuality.
big tits. They would all have
Yeah.
big tits, and then
Big
not
tits,
all of them would say
no cock.
Exactly.
No cock.
They would say
Or
no, but
a little
also
bit
I
cock,
would
but
before they
big
went into
tits
the
as
shower.
well.
Yeah, before they went into the shower, I'd be like, "Can I see you naked so I can see?" Like, it's not even for arousal purposes. I just need to make sure they don't have a cock.
Fuck, you're talking about.
Talking about taking a group shower with a bunch of very sexy women.
They were talking about fucking gas and Jews, and now we're talking about group showers. I don't know what.
I think those. That's
What's
a pretty.
what's that
That's a
called?
pretty.
Schwitz.
Schwitz.
Like an Italian
Is
thing.
that the?
It's like the Roman bath.
Oh,
like the
yeah.
Italian things like a schwitz.
That doesn't sound Italian.
I've
at
been
all.
watching The Sopranos.
That sounds distinctly like a group shower would. That sounds like
You want to have a schwitz?
a schwitz.
Let's.
You want to have a schmetz with my Merkel? Yeah,
No,
Eisfenstein.
schwitz, not schmetz.
Schmetz.
Stop touching the damp toilet paper. Throw it away.
My beer clump.
Oh, that's so good. I'll wring it out over your mouth. It's still
It
good.
is just beer.
Yeah.
That is actually.
Oh,
No.
that's no good.
What the fuck?
That was pretty good.
It's taking on a new flavor. I don't know what that's from.
You
but
looked like Bear Grylls when he's like,
Yeah.
I have my pee in this washcloth.
I look like a survivalist.
Yeah.
I have to survive off of this pea beer.
To survive with this toilet paper beer. I guess we should clarify that I spilled some beer, I soaked it up with some toilet paper, and then I bringed it into my mouth. Just
Yeah. To give you a play-by-play.
Yeah.
Hell
And now you're on the same page as us.
Now we're all together talking about
Yeah.
the same stupid thing.
Same bullshit.
I'd be down to watch the Wall review, though.
I was
fucking
joking.
don't.
We
I
should
do
not
not
do
want to
that.
watch that. No.
Have you ever seen it?
I don't want to watch anything related to Doug Walker.
You've seen it? I haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
You want to watch? So
You've
not
seen
only
it.
not only are you willing to watch The Wall, you're willing to watch it again with
Yeah,
us
it's
just to riff.
unironically for.
We're gonna be watching a man reviewing a movie, and we're gonna riff on him reviewing a movie.
Although honestly, we do. That's like the level of shit we have to watch together. Because if we watch anything even a little good, it's just like
We can watch
We're-
something that we can just riff on. As
Yeah,
opposed to
we could watch
watching
the Spirit
a
Science
guy
guy.
riffing.
yeah. That's the
on
problem with like Channel Lost movies. Like they're bad enough on their own that our riffs aren't necessary.
Mm. Yeah,
I
well,
want to watch Video Game High School again. I know you guys don't, but I do.
part of me wants to watch the one episode where his dad dies again, and then the one immediately after
See,
that.
the fact that you remember that is maybe why I want to rewatch it and you don't, because I have no fucking recollection of what that.
That's
shit
the
was
best
about.
episode.
Yeah,
Unironically,
I remember there's that episode where he thinks he's gonna get laid, but then his girlfriend's like just going to like fucking like grad school for video games or some shit. I don't remember what it was. It was like she's like, tonight's gonna be an important night. And he's like, oh, she's gonna fuck me or something.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I'm gonna join a pro esports team. It's like, oh, this is bullshit.
I didn't get
Not
what he
getting
said.
fucked. That's what he.
says
Yeah,
that.
that's
I
what he
think
says.
Verbatim.
watching.
Damn bitch, good call out. You're right. He didn't say that. My bad.
Yeah, the guy who doesn't
Verbatim.
remember the one episode
Fuck
that we
you.
all remember.
I
I
think
didn't watch it
remember.
with you guys.
I think
Oh, yeah.
watching video
It
game
was
high school now
us three and Connor.
would just make
Yeah.
me sad.
Why?
Is it just
Just because that's
low
what I want to do with
production?
my life.
Go to a video.
Play video.
Yeah, Jackson
Like,
can't watch Video Game High School because it makes him too sad that it's not real.
that I don't really get to go to
It's
video
not a
game
real
high
place
school.
you can go to. He's like, I can't beat the law in Call of Duty.
Why can't I? Guys, you know how sad watching Video Game High School makes me. We're not watching.
Yeah, Jackson's on TikTok. He's the one guy who's like, my life is like a video game, trying hard
Yeah,
to beat
you go in
this
the
game.
description of YouTube videos like trigger warnings, transphobia, racism, Video Game High School.
Video Game High School related. Guys, I can't watch this. This is making me too upset.
You should make fan fiction of Video Game High School where
Yeah.
you're in there
Oh my
and
God.
playing
We
with
should
all the
legit
boys.
make some Video Game High School fan fiction.
It'd be so. I assume that already exists. Hit up Wattpad.
Let's all make our own side story.
We all have
with
such
our
good
own
ideas.
Let's
all
all
the
make
time
our
what we
own
should
OC
do.
Video Game High School character fan fiction.
That's me. That's me.
And then-
I'm that guy.
No, but we
It's
all
me.
make our own.
It's me. I'm
No,
him.
but there can't be
I'm mine.
Because
I'm mine.
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't know why you gotta yell at me.
That's me though.
I'm mine.
And then we see who has the best
I'm my
one.
OC. I'm my
Oh, okay,
OC.
cool.
And I already know mine's, but I
We
can see it.
gotta play that broken picture phone
See,
game again.
Broken
Oh
Picture
hell yeah,
Phone.
that's so much fun.
I think I found a different one that's like Broken
Yeah.
Picture Phone, just better, better
Really?
interface.
Okay,
overall.
that's nice. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I have a drawing tablet now, so that probably helps me.
We've been doing this long enough. Let's monetize. Let's all say our Venmos right now.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then-
that's all our
that's my
names.
And
phone
then,
That's
we,
our
and, then
full
we,
name.
and then we can be like, yeah, and I'd also have to give them the last 4 digits of my phone number. and we-
you guys could extrapolate from there.
And we would say that if you Venmo us $20 each, we'll play Broken Picture Phone with you.
No,
Actually, no,
none
mine
of
is
our-
not my full name, so I'm good
Yeah,
at saying
well, yours is Bizarre Adventure,
Jackson's
right?
Bizarre Adventure at Jackson's Bizarre Adventure. Venmo me however much you want.
I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna say it's Phineas Silverstein. And the last 4 digits of my phone number are 0760. Send me money.
I'm gonna have to make a game time call on whether that gets edited out.
They'd have to do a lot of guessing to figure out. They can
Remember that one
get the
Duolingo
area.
guy that fucking...
Oh, yeah,
They only gotta
Yeah.
guess 3 numbers.
Oh yeah, I guess they. Huh?
They only gotta guess 3 numbers.
Yeah, that's fucking 1,000 possibilities
No,
there.
okay.
I think they have the ling part
No.
because
Yeah.
whenever I
9 times...
10
9
times 10. No,
nine.
because 10 digits because you have 0
Oh,
too,
zero.
dumbass.
Yeah, I
Well,
guess
you
that's
fuck
not that
you,
many.
bitch.
That's not that
You
many
can't have 0, 0, 0.
possibilities.
You gotta count that out.
Sure you can. Why can't you have 0, 0,
Actually, I think you probably maybe can.
There's probably some
can.
laws against...
There are
well,
probably-
but-
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
555.
There's one of them that's not
No
555. So
555.
assuming that
So
you could have
all
0,
that-
0, 0.
Except minus
So
1.
999. You got it. Cool. 999. Awesome.
Not that many.
Thanks for correcting me.
Not
on
that
that.
many for our
Thanks for correcting me on 1,000 there.
Phineas,
You're welcome.
for our psychotic fan base. Not that many.
Our psychic fan base, they haven't interacted with us at all. Like,
They
what,
send
yeah,
us
what
really-
inclination do we have that they'll do anything with that
They're
information?
gonna kill you.
Look, yeah, honestly, kill me.
Do it.
Just
Do it,
because
pussy.
then I would know someone's listening.
Yeah. Just so I
The
know.
one final tier. Would we?
If you said, I'm killing you because you asked me to on your podcast, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Your last will and testament. If someone kills you and we know it's because of the podcast, do we let them go and then record the next
Yeah.
week?
Okay. Yeah. I'll put that in my will. If you, when you kill me, say it's because you told me to on your podcast, you are not legally liable.
I don't know if that's how the law works.
If it's in my will, it's like
Yeah, it's
they'll
it's
turn
legal.
a blind eye.
What are you doing?
Oh, I need my charger. I don't even know if I brought it, but we're on low battery.
We're gonna die, but
And we still got
we got like
450 bars to go.
No.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think I forgot my. Yeah, I think I forgot it. So we'll just go.
We can tack on the other 30 minutes on.
Oh yeah. Wait, and now a message from.
From
last
all
week.
of us except Jack. Welcome to the Brown Brooks podcast. The most amount of fun you can have while listening to a podcast. I don't know if this one's going out.
Nobody may ever hear this.
Jack's absent again because he's busy with whatever. So
it's just us three.
yeah.
The favorite trio.
Yeah.
That's so loud.
We're in the basement. You can hear the creaks on the floor.
Not.
This is not a basement.
not
It's
the
actually
basement.
the ground floor.
Basement enough. You know,
Is
relative.
below where we normally are, and they're wooden floors, so they creak. And bad start, but
good work, everybody.
Yep.
Man, yeah, Tish. I really like the fact that I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just gonna say something.
damn,
Fuck.
this shit's not going up.
Shit.
Yeah, I blame Jack for everything.
We blame Jack for not being here. The mood's all off. We said it last time he wasn't here. He's kind of our muse. Kind of, ties it all
He's good
together.
at just talking.
He's good at
just opening.
He's
his
good at
fucking
talking
mouth and
until
saying
me or
stuff.
Jackson think of something fucking stupid to say.
Yeah. I watched a movie last night with Jack and Liam, Sicario. You guys seen Sicario?
I've seen that. That's a good movie.
Oh, I heard it.
It's like about like how the CIA does fucked up shit to keep the cartels down in the south of the border. But there's like the cartel guy that does like the torture on the other cartel guy in the movie.
Yeah.
And
I don't remember it that well, but I remember it's a good fucking movie.
But me and Liam were making up a character. He's called the Throat Man, and his form of torture is just
Sucking you
fucking a
off?
cartel guy in the throat.
Oh, okay.
He formerly had a 15-inch penis, but he got 4 inches bit off the first time he tried to do this torture method, and had to get a new head grafted onto his dick.
Damn.
This is a cool character.
Yeah. This is the Throat Man.
I watched the movie last night too, actually. What I like to do is I like to get high and then watch bad high school coming of age movies. Like,
why you want to?
So I was watching Pretty in Pink, and I even forgot.
What?
I don't know why I was
This is
watching
the
Pretty
thing
in
you
Pink.
do?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So I did it
relive
with
that.
like Clueless. I did it with Heathers, and I'm like, I'll watch Pretty in Pink.
Okay.
And it was fucking awful. It was a horrible movie. Nothing happens in that movie.
What'd
The
you do?
idea is it's Molly Ringwald, who's like the orange-haired girl, redhead from Breakfast Club, and 16 Candles, and she's like, I don't even know what her character is. She's like kind of meant to be attractive, but she also is poor, so she like makes her own clothes. People make fun of her, but like that whole like plot point of the movie, which is like a major point, like the way she dressed looks poor, is like totally missed on someone who did not grow up then. Because like everyone
is it
just
like a
looks,
90s film?
It's a 90s movie, yeah, or maybe it's 80s, I'm not sure, but everyone just looks like all the people are meant to be like rich and dressed nice, or just dressed like plain, and then like she doesn't look like she's just poor, she's just tacky. Like all the people are meant to be poor, just tacky. And it's like damn, just go buy like fucking like a simple ass shirt that's cheap as hell. But anyways,
What do you mean by tacky?
like they have like all these weird ruffles and like hats and like weird patterns on their clothes, right?
Like
So
how
they just
poor
dress
people dress.
alternate.
They're very gauche.
That's
But yeah, but like it's not just like they're not made for her in the movie for having weird fashion tastes. They're like, oh, you can't afford nice clothes, so it's weird. But that's the whole point. And then there's like a guy who starts hitting on her, and in the movie you're meant to understand it's one of the rich kids hitting on her.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it's kind of like the two sides meet. Love doomed to fail. But like that doesn't translate to me at all when I'm watching it. So it's just like this regular looking guy hitting on a tacky looking girl, and then later there's people talking about like, you're going out with him. It's like, oh, is that weird?
Is that a strange thing?
Yeah.
Extreme. You know what movie you should watch while doing this? 13 Going on 30.
13 going on 30.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen it.
that's a good movie. But one of the things I always think about in that movie, because like she's like 13 and it's like a Freaky Friday thing where she becomes like a 30-year-old.
I feel like I've heard of it.
Yeah. but then she like has like a kind of relationship with like a guy there. And I'm just
That's-
always
that's
thinking,
pedo-
yeah,
that's
I know.
fucking pedo
It's
baby.
weird. It's weird. That's what I'm thinking when I watch the movies. Like, does this guy figure out he's fucking a 13-year-old? I don't think he fucks her, but
Yeah.
that's a funny idea. That's what I always liked about Big as well when I was a kid, where Tom Hanks fucks the like office
Oh
lady.
yeah, it's like a little kid.
But
becomes
he's
an
like a
adult,
little kid.
and Tom
yeah.
Hanks plays like
The big
a
version.
big guy who's a little kid's mind.
Yeah. And I'm like, this
What?
is weird, but I always liked that.
Is that-
as a
How
kid.
old was he though when he transformed or whatever?
He was old enough when he transformed, but like he's still a kid in his mind because
Is
he
that
acts like
the
a
one
fucking
where
moron.
at the end he transforms back and he makes
Yeah.
out the yeah.
Yeah,
Was he, like,
transforms
mentally-
back.
He transforms back into his little kid body, and the girl he went on dates with, she's like, "When you're older, we can go out."
How old?
Yeah, but she's like, but before that happens,
was-
let me give you a quick kiss. And
Yeah.
it's not like a peck on the cheek. They like fucking, they kiss.
That shit.
How old is this little kid? Is this like 8 years
He's
old?
like
or
11 or something like
He's young.
that.
Oh, God.
That shit turned me on as a kid. That shit was
Like,
hype. I was
I'm
like,
little
I'm gonna
and
be
I
fucking older women all the time.
God,
I'm gonna get all
That's a fucked
the
up
old
premise.
office lady pussy.
Yeah, but no, fucking, if you want to do what I do and get high and watch bad 80s and 90s high school coming of age movies, the best ones are Clueless and Heathers. And then, Fast Times at Ridgemont High is pretty good.
Okay, I've heard these names. I've never seen
Heather's is the one with like they kill.
Heathers is dark. Heathers is
Yeah.
more than just like a coming
Okay,
of age.
that
It's
sounds-
like starts with it's kind
It's
of
not
not
trippy.
parodying it, but like using the premise and then
Yeah.
playing with it.
That's cool.
The
To
only
deconstruction.
the racist Asian parts of 16 Candles are good.
Okay.
60, isn't that an old one? Like, how old is
I
that?
don't know. I don't know.
16 years old.
16.
Yeah, but there's a
I
racist
heard that's
Asian
a
character, and he's
classic.
the best character. He gets hella pussy in that movie. He gets a lot.
What makes him racist? He just does
He's
an
just a
accent?
racist depiction. He's
Okay.
like
He's like a caricature.
he's like Long Duck Dong or something is his name.
Some Ting Wong.
Yeah.
so
So
it's 1984.
and then 16. The rest of 16 Candles sucks. Pretty in Pink sucks.
Yeah, Molly Ringwald, she's not attractive.
Honestly, Molly Ringwald has never been in a good movie. Breakfast Club sucks.
I've
Fuck
seen
the
the
Oh,
Oh,
first
you're gonna
time
make a
Breakfast
lot
Club.
of people.
I know.
I honestly, I didn't really like.
I don't think I would
It was
like
like-
it if I watched
It was all right, but I can't see why it's a classic. You know.
I mean, I don't know.
It's
Parts of it
probably-
are alright, but Molly, I hate
That's
her.
like a
I've seen
millennial.
like every big Molly Ringwald movie at this point. 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, and that Breakfast Club, and I think she's just the worst fucking actor in the world. I hate it.
That's like a millennial like alt film was Breakfast Club, right? That's like
Oh, was it a cult classic?
I think it
thought
was more
yeah.
of a
like,
cult classic.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought it was always
it's
like
like all the
yeah,
alt kids
hugely popular.
back then. Would,
yeah, that was
Well, yeah, huge. I mean, amongst the people who've seen it, right? Like, plenty of people haven't seen it, but there's that iconic scene where he puts his fist in the air, and then Black Power stole that.
yeah, that's right. I remember
Time
that.
travel in the future.
I
and like,
did see that in
"Man,
the
this
history
is-
book.
This is cool, and they went back.
Yeah, the original script of Breakfast Club, the rebel guy was played by a black guy, and he was just doing Black Power at the end. He's like, "Fuck all you white people."
I'm never fucking eating breakfast again. That's a capitalist fucking
Yeah.
institution.
Yeah, he fucking Joker-fies everyone at the Breakfast Club in detention and makes them believe that black people are equal,
Wow.
and then they all do the.
They
Black
didn't
Power.
believe that before.
Yeah,
They-
that's what connects them all. Besides the black guy, they're all in detention because they
they're-
don't think black people
they're
are equal.
racist. Like, you guys are like the most racist kids at this school.
Yeah, and then
You
they
gotta
had
stop.
to fucking tone it down. They're like, "What if this movie about making white people not racist against black people? What if we made it just about kind of like be an outcast?"
Yeah, I'm an outcast because I'm such a racist.
Racist conversion.
Yeah, that's what they bond. They're like, "See, you're discriminated against because of your skin color. I'm discriminated against because of my conservative viewpoints."
Yeah.
And that's why we're in the Breakfast Club together.
This is the Ben Shapiro.
I don't remember. Did they
rewrite.
call it the Breakfast Club in that movie at any point?
I don't know.
Sure.
It was such a
Probably.
forgettable movie.
What was it? Does it take place over just one day? I thought that was the plot.
Yeah, it takes place in one day. They're on detention in the
Yeah,
library.
And they talk about
Yeah.
their problems.
They smoke weed. They smoke the weed.
What the fuck, dude?
One of them's like, "I got the weed," and then
The
they
weed.
smoke
It
it.
was the black kid.
Yeah, I mean, it was the guy who I'm suggesting was originally played by a black person.
But there was no. There's all white cast, right?
Yeah, how
Yeah,
does
they're
that
all
work?
white.
Because they don't have black people at their school. This is before integration.
Clueless is so good. I'm gonna rewatch that.
Clueless?
Yeah, I love that. Alicia Silverstone's hot as fuck in that movie.
Are these they're all like teen girl films?
Yeah, what made you want to watch these?
I don't know. I did it with Heather's once, and now it's just something I do sometimes. Cause I'm like, oh,
do you watch them with your sister?
No, I watch them alone on my computer.
It's just sad. This is 95.
Thanks for looking this shit up.
I heard of it, but what's the plot?
It's this ditzy blonde girl, and she goes on adventures.
Have you watched Freaky Friday while getting high? Would that be too
no, I've
freaky?
seen that. That'd be too fucking freaky.
Too freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would want to body swap with a hot older woman.
Yeah, Freaky Friday, but the teen girl swaps with her dad.
Yeah. She has to fuck her mom to keep up appearances.
And it's like, and she's in her dad's body trying to figure out how to work in an office, and he's just fingering himself all day. He's like, I will explore every inch of my new female body.
Daughter's body.
It's fucked up.
I will go get horribly fucked by some random man on the streets.
And then they swap back. They don't even have like a lesson in the movie. They learn to swap back. They just swap back, and she's like, I feel violated.
Yeah, she's just in like some horrible crack.
And then why she feels violent, she's like crying. The dad comes in. He's like, oh, I didn't get that raise I wanted.
This is all your fault.
How did you fuck up my managerial duties as a young teen girl?
Freaky Friday, but she swaps like a brain surgeon. Gets called. It's like, we need you right now. And she's like, I don't know what to do. They're like, what happened? Used to be the most skilled brain surgeon in the hospital.
Damn.
She's like, there are blood on my hands. And then the mom who swaps is just like fucking like, I'm in high school again, yeah. Like the premise of that movie is like high schoolers have it hard too. When in reality, like if you swapped with a high schooler once you became a full fucking adult, you'd be like, hell yes,
this is awesome.
I get to relive fucking all the easy parts of life with the fucking benefit of knowing exactly how to fucking nail it.
It's like that one anime, Real Life, I think it was.
Real Life, that was good. That was a good one. Yeah, they really recovered like the relationship between the main character and the other girl in that, because originally it was like, oh, he's like 30 years old and he's like kind of like in a relationship with this high school girl. Yeah. It turns out she's also she's also 30 years old. It's like, okay, you got me. Not weird all of a sudden. She's like so fucking autistic. She can't like talk to anybody. Yeah, that's my favorite kind of girlfriend, is ones who have no social skills, and so I can completely become like their only attachment to the outside world.
It's just
that's my ideal relationship.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Oh yeah, one time my mom was like, "What kind of girl do you want?" I'm like, "I want to find like an autistic girl in a hole and teach her my view on life
and make her subservient to my ideals,
and then I'll go out with her."
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I come back to my dorm room at college. She's coming out of the closet. I'm like, you were meant to stay in there. You were meant to stay in the closet.
I like the idea of doing like a real life, but you're just in college. Like you didn't even like, you're not even like in the workforce. Like you're not even struggling that much. You're just like, I'm going back to high school. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, that was another point in Pretty in Pink. The one guy kept failing high school because he just wanted to stay in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really.
That's
it's kind of, they didn't really address that. They're like, you're a fucking loser bum. And he's like, yeah.
Yep. 27 years old, still in high school.
He wants to fuck the main character, and in the original ending, he did not fuck her, but got with her.
Ending.
But then that
bum loser guy.
Yeah, the bum loser guy who's like her nerdy friend who's like into her from the start.
But he doesn't. He fails high school on purpose.
He's like a dork, is what it is,
okay.
right? He's corny.
Okay.
And
Dweeb.
like he's into her, and in the original script, apparently he got together with her, but then people are like, no, we want her with the hot rich guy, so they rewrote it.
That's fair.
And like, there's just like every conflict there. Like, this is a conflict, by the way. You're like, okay, and now it's resolved. Because like, there's a point where the rich guy's like, oh, I don't like you anymore. I'm embarrassed by you because you're poor and tacky. You're like, oh, okay, that came out of nowhere. And he's like, and then it's probably like, never mind. It's like cool movie.
That is a cool movie.
You ever seen Pretty in Pink? It's bad. Don't watch it. You like Molly Ringwald? Me neither.
Good talk.
That was Ethan.
You like The Breakfast Club, Ethan? Good.
All right.
Good.
That's gonna go well on audio.
Yeah.
Yep. Certainly will.
Any movies you've seen, Tish? Are you the odd one out? Are you the bitch here?
Not been watching.
No, I've been watching.
I've been
Mr.
watching
Robot.
movies.
Yeah, Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get around to watching it.
It's-
Nobody else
it's
here
good.
has seen it, so it'll be hard to talk about.
It's about a robot.
It's about a Mr.
It's
who
hard
is
to
a robot.
explain.
All right, then dumb.
I won't.
It is about like a
It's-
severely autistic man who
No,
is like
he's
a
not
robot.
just. He's got like multiple personality disorder. Like it's called dissociative identity disorder, and he's like I don't know. Well, I guess that's kind of a first season spoiler, but
Okay.
he's not like autistic. He's bad at like communicating, but he's
Yeah.
like really good with computers. He can hack like anyone, and he does some
It's kinda
cool
like,
shit.
That's kind of like how I am.
Yeah,
But
kind of
It's-
elite hacker, man.
Like the actual themes they explore in this, it's a lot more depth than like your regular show. So I like,
Tage watches one thing with like a single theme, and he's like, "It's got a lot, this is more depth than
you'll
normal
see,
television."
No, you'll see like the characters you actually like care about them.
Yeah, I get that. That happens with a lot of media I watch, but I only consume media that I think is good.
Well, like what other shows do you think that does really
What?
well?
Oh,
Well, I
okay,
agree.
off
Like
the
this
top of
isn't
my
the only
head.
show that does it, but like I want to know more shows like this so I can watch it.
Okay, well, I haven't seen this show personally, but if
Have you seen Gurren Lagann?
seen?
That's a pretty good one.
When I was young,
Oh, also, if you know teen girl movies are good to watch when you're high, email me at brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And let me
yeah.
know.
What a weird subset to get into.
Yeah, I know why.
Teen girl movies.
I mean, not just teen. I also like just the regular teen ones. Like Fast Times at Ridgemont High is not a teen girl movie.
I feel like getting high and
Oh,
watching
Legally
movies.
Blonde. Is that a good?
Legally Blonde.
Is that a teen?
That's
Legally
probably- that's a good one. I'll
Blonde?
do
That's
that
not
one.
a teen girl movie.
But it's in the same vein.
The same.
She's more college age in that movie than high school, but yeah.
Yeah, what's the... Oh, yeah, White Chicks. Yeah, that's a teen girl. White Chicks. God, that movie is pretty funny, though.
They should make a novelization of that.
White Chicks.
Yeah. No. then-
Why the fuck did they novelize movies? That shit is so awful.
Movie to novel. Is that?
Yeah, it was like a
what?
thing. Like a lot of the time, where they would have like a cool movie came out, and they're like, "Well, we can just sell a shitty book that somebody writes. That's just like a shittier version of the script."
I mean, that's how J.K. Rowling got all her money.
Yeah, she
The
fucking
movies came out, and she's
ghost
like, yeah, I'll
wrote.
fucking write some shitty-ass books for this. She did. They
Mhm.
fucking sucked.
Yeah, Harry Potter movies came first.
No, they didn't.
They did.
You can't fucking.
What do you think?
Dude, guys, he almost bought it. We almost had him.
Like I thought you were talking about like how like okay she's writing the books and then one movie came out and she was on like book.
And then they wrote
Seven.
the rest of the
Yeah, no, we were
movies.
just hoping you were stupid and that we could trick you.
No, but like yeah, probably the movies popularized her earlier books. So she
I mean, the
would
books
write
were pretty popular even before
Oh,
the
yeah.
movies.
Yeah, but like the movies definitely
Yeah.
were a gateway for more people.
Yeah, an adaptation will always help the source material, usually, depending on how good it is.
50 Shades of Grey was originally just a Twilight fanfic, right?
Yeah. It was
Damn.
something weird like that.
What did?
Though I think it got changed after the movie and
I mean,
stuff
yeah,
came out.
you got changed enough that there's like no serious copyright or anything, but
Why was that so popular? Is it
'Cause
just
people
Twilight or
are
50 Shades of Grey.
BDSM?
Horny as fuck, dog. People like to come.
Yeah.
I like to come. I like to read like sex stories sometimes, but not shit like that. That shit's kind of weird.
Well, yeah, that's definitely...
That one was more
it's not
directed
for
as
us,
women.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
more like a women being dominated kind of story, which not my kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like mind control. That's mine.
Like emotional abuse. Emotional abuse
Yeah.
is way better.
I don't like 50 Shades of Grey because I don't like the idea of women getting sexual gratification out of it.
Yeah, that's mostly what I'm upset with.
That's why I think we need to put an end to that shit.
What are the 50 Shades of Grey? What is the point of that title?
I think the idea is like with consent, it's like they're blurring the lines.
Okay.
I'm not sure though.
Between black and white, yeah. Gradient between rape and not rape. A very heavy gradient, apparently.
Just like a Southern lawyer using that as a defense in a rape trial. It's like,
50
Your Honor, have you ever read 50 Shades of Grey?
Now, my client, as you can see, he is colorblind. And he struggles with differentiating between these
shades.
shades.
He is rape blind. He cannot see the difference between rape and consensual sex.
That is such a horrible argument. He's just like, can you look at the sales of this book here? And would you say our client is a woman? Therefore, she has probable cause of liking this.
Yeah, she was into it, Your Honor. She was into the darkest shade of gray. And who could say whether that was truly black?
Who's to say that's wrong?
The darkest shade of gray, is that too black or is that almost white?
Look, Your Honor, and while we're on the topic, who's to even say that rape is wrong to do?
Not I. I wouldn't make that argument. That's not what I'm here for.
Look, I'm not here to pass judgment on anyone who's ever raped before. I'm just... I'm just...
Alright.
We're doing a bit, Ethan.
And,
we're not...
Alright, we got the value out of that idea.
He's innocent, Your Honor.
Yeah. Do you think that argument would hold up in court, Ethan, if you said... It's if you use 50 Shades of Grey to say that, it's kind of hard to tell whether or not someone's being raped. You gotta say shit.
They're gonna track your voice and it's gonna come up in your job interview process 10 years down the line, just like we heard a sound bite from this Brown Bricks podcast taken in 2021.
We're here with
what do you know about this?
Macaroni and
Yeah.
I just don't care enough to participate.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Oh, yeah.
About any of
Yeah, you still come and sit on the couch. You still come. Guess what? You're gonna be picked up poorly anyways because you're.
I would have sat here either way. You're just an inconvenience.
Why are you doing this?
Why are you?
Why are you doing this? Why are you putting me down?
So rude.
You need someone to put you down, though.
You need to be humble.
Because you do the
So
same.
you smile a little bit too much, figuring
give him some
humble.
humble.
Piece of shit you are.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
You need someone to knock you down.
I know where I belong.
The social ladder in this household, Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan used to post such nice, cool pictures on Instagram of all of the vacations that he went on, and now he doesn't post anything because he doesn't do anything cool with his life.
He's a super spreader. We're spreading COVID all those places.
Well, that was back in 2018, 2019.
That was yesterday.
Wait, so you actually stalked his
He's a
Instagram?
piece of shit.
No, I followed him on Instagram. I didn't stalk him. I just looked at his photos.
What's that fucking hunk of shit there? What the fuck?
I don't want it.
Is that a dog treat?
Closet meat.
That's the closet meat?
Ugh.
That looks...
the current batch of closet
It
meat.
looks foul.
Yeah. Do you see his closet? There's a...
Is there a meat rack
I've
in
been
there?
hearing about his closet meat this whole time. No one's shown me any until just now.
Well, yeah, that was in the fridge. Yeah.
Yeah, but at one point that was in the closet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
So
fuck?
that's closet.
What the fuck kind of meat is that?
Of the closet variety.
Yeah. What kind of...
Oh, it looks like dog treat meat.
It did look like a fucking dog bone thing.
Yeah.
Shit in the middle that you give to a dog.
Yeah. You hear that, Ethan? They're shitting on your
It
closet.
looks like a dog treat.
No,
Kinda.
that's okay. That's batch number 2, so it's a little bit gray. The one I have now holds its color better.
Okay. Well, I would ask you if I could try some, but I don't think I want to.
I don't really care.
Enjoy your closet meat.
Really stomping around.
Fucking.
Really fucking stomping around.
I've been watching The Sopranos,
Yeah.
and I really enjoy it. I feel like it makes me want to be back in the fucking whatever age that was before people had cameras on them all the time and shit like that, or you could really identify people. You could just be a fucking criminal and no one would be able to find you. I'm man, I've kind of missed that era. We could just do crime and no one would give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, the main thing stopping murder used to be just like people not wanting to kill everybody.
Yeah.
But now you're just not allowed to.
Now you just can't, otherwise you'd be found out too easily.
That's maybe the biggest generational difference. People talk about the internet and computers, but really the main difference is that it's way harder for us to kill people than it was for our grandparents.
Or you could just beat the shit out of like someone on the street and they'd never be able to identify you because they don't have DNA or like fucking anything like that. Yeah, I wish I could live in that era and be a Italian crime boss.
I'm gonna get the DNA of a innocent black man CRISPR'd into mine, and then I'm gonna go commit crimes and leave DNA behind.
Okay.
So that they get in trouble.
Okay. Cool.
So that's
good work. Crime idea.
Sure it would.
No.
Sure it would, because I've got their DNA.
That's how CRISPR works. We've already established that.
I think I know how CRISPR works.
Okay.
I think I got a pretty thorough understanding of how DNA and CRISPR works.
Yeah.
How it can be used to be racist.
Or solve racism.
Or make it worse. I don't know. Whatever. Cut the tea.
Yeah, we're kind of genetic engineers over here on this here podcast. On this here podcast.
Alright, we're running out of steam, boys.
Yeah,
this might be a short little. Maybe you're getting a half episode.
It's a little bonus
this week.
We got an episode.
Oh yeah, we got a backlog. You get backlog that's horribly out of date, and then this little cherry on top. Thanks for
spliced into the end of that.
Yeah. We'll just put this in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, this is episode 27, cherry on top, or whatever episode we're on now. And thanks for listening to Brownberg's podcast.
I guess we're fucking done now.
Email us at brownbergspodcast@gmail.com. Go to the Reddit, go to the Twitter, and please keep listening.
Yeah. Please, bro.
Fucking please.